Chat, what is going on? My name is Debit. I'm pointing at your screen right now because I want you to tell me what is up in Twitch chat, as I am not even there. But before I start looking at the chat, let me just hop on over there, see what's up, and welcome you all to SGL Podcast episode number 24. I already introduced myself, and I'm kicking Rydog out for this one because I got some beef with him. So bringing him back, I only got to bring one person that can tell me, and do it with such a confident look that he takes his glasses off every time. Mez, hop on in. What's going on, bro? Maybe? Huh? Am I going crazy, chat? Don't tell me he muted. Guys, I'm stuck. What is happening? I'm lost. Debit, you better be right. Playboy 40, I gotta say, I think this is honestly the best stream that you could have seen as far as what I will do tonight. You will be pleasantly surprised with what I got in store for your team. Oh, what the hell happened?
I had my microphone off this whole time, Debit.
What the?
My microphone was off this whole time. I had it on. We were
What
just
gambit?
talking before this, and somehow my microphone, I turned it off.
Well, you heard it here. We have somehow broken the things that we use for, doing the podcast. So, you know what? Keep running it.
We're doing
We'll
it
go
live.
right to it.
Okay, so I don't know if you heard anything I told you, Debit.
Nothing.
Oh,
Nothing.
man. I was saying to kick off this podcast that we are going to be looking forward to reviewing this awesome Cup week. And Debit, for you in particular, you will enjoy this review because the Championship Cup has been absolute cinema.
I have to agree with that one. It's one that Rydog and I kind of predicted last week. We were thinking that a couple of those matchups would go to 7, and we actually got it. I'm so happy that actually happened. Why did things work out for me in this way? Why am I right? What is happening? I'm not used to this.
Look at it this way. We've been bashing the championship for being so predictable and, I guess, boring in that sense compared to the Premier. You know what? Y'all listened to us and y'all stepped up. So props to all you guys in the championship for stepping up and delivering us some awesome freaking content.
Absolutely. I really appreciate you guys doing this. Looking at chat right now, I'm seeing a bunch of EM Dallas burn people right now. Yeah, I know, guys. You're ready for what I gotta say about you guys this week. Playboy 40, Caesar, Ponzi, good to see you here. Good to maybe make a formal statement on what I have said about your team in the past. Yeah, you'll just have to stick around. We're gonna drag this one out as long as we possibly can. So you just gotta keep watching. But we'll keep talking about the cups. And while we're at it, let's throw those cups up on screen.
And let's start with the
What happened with
championship
that?
because you guys were absolutely awesome. We kicked it off with Los Verdes versus the Rebellion. Yeah, the 4-0 scoreline seems a bit anticlimactic compared to the rest, but for me, I think the highlight of that matchup has to be Los Verdes' ever-improving performances.
Los Verdes, my goodness, what a calamitous first round matchup they could have been given. Say, hey, go beat the Rebellion, but you know what? If you lose, at least you're not hopping down to the lowest spot of the bracket. That's at least their consolation so far. This is a team that's growing together. That's going to be probably like one of our recurring sentences that we say about this team throughout this season. And it's all part of the team growing process. But to go up against the Rebellion might be one of the toughest things I've ever seen for a team. But at least it can set up an upper semifinal that is worthy of an upper final.
Yeah, you know what? It sucks that Los Verdes had to be the sacrifice for this matchup to be possible, but for their reward, they start off in the lower quarterfinal. So the way this bracket was designed, if you somehow got drawn into the top bracket, you had the advantage of going down to the lower quarterfinal if you lost, and that's Los Verdes' gift for having to take a 4-0 drubbing against the Rebellion.
But as we mentioned earlier, over on the other side of the bracket, whew, look at that. 2 Game 7s for the mid teams that we see over in the standings. EC Eternal taking it in 7 against Axe and Rose. We were probably convinced we'd probably get that dub. You know, EC Eternal, the new dogs of that team, showing up strong, getting the result, and EC Defiance getting taken out by Frontera Azul. Man, I think I predicted Azul in this one, but this is kind of weird seeing another team take over that ECD spot.
And in both matches, Debit, there was a ton of back and forth. You had one side start off strong, and then the other side would get a break their way, and then they'd get the momentum. And then the same thing would happen to them where they conceded momentum. And both matches were literally a pendulum going back and forth from one side to the other. And this was perfectly encapsulated in EC Defiance versus Frontera Azul, where you really could not pick a winner. Even going into Game 7, none of us had a clue as to who would have won this matchup. And you know what? Let's say that Frontera Azul deserved to win today. Not today. What am I saying? They deserve to win their match against Defiance, and they go up into the upper semifinal to face off against EC Eternal. So from one Seattle team, they face off against another. As for Axe and Rose, I was with you. I wanted them to win, you know, because I was seeing them play so well, but EC Eternal stepped it up in Game 7. They made that performance count. When it mattered, they turned up. And we get a Cascadia Derby matchup in lower round 1 between Defiance and Axe and Rose. Winner takes all, you know, losers out. What more can you ask for?
It's crazy. I just hate seeing like already the potential where a team could go out, especially whenever you have 7 teams in the league. It's one of the tragic spots of having the lower bracket be this way. But that's just the nature of the bracket. It's tough. Like, we try to give these best of 7 chances, and this is where you really got to make your chances count. Because I've watched both these 2 teams play, and it's it's almost kind of just like a shame that we just have to say bye to one after like legit next week. It's just, I was not expecting it. It's actually just kind of shocking to me. That's all I really gotta say.
Indeed, and you know what? I sincerely hope that Axe and Rose don't get disheartened by any of this. In all honesty, they should have been in the upper semifinal, personally speaking, but EC Eternal, when you step up like that, you become worthy winners, and they deserve to be in there against FSD Azul. As for predictions for these next slate of matches, Debit, in all honesty, I have no idea. I mean, they're all tough to predict, not gonna lie.
If those all don't go to 7, I will be disappointed. I will say that right now. I feel like that's all I have to say on these matchups, is we should get 7. And I hope you feel the same about that with me as well, because we already saw a hint of that with Steel Army Rebellion. And we can only hope that EC Eternal and FSD Azul carry the same weight. This is like what they've done in that midsection over here. They just keep the Game 7s rolling through there. Let's just bring that down over here.
You know, I know you say that, but I actually don't see eye to eye with you on that. I do think there are a couple of matches that may go 6, but not necessarily 7. And they both involve the Emerald City sides. My reasoning is, if one of the sides loses momentum, I think they'll struggle to get back into it. You know, in the upper quarterfinal, there really was nothing to lose, so both sides could play without any fear. You might have that in EC Eternal versus Frontera Azul. and I think that has more potential to go to 7. I just think Frontera Azul is starting to gain more momentum, and I would not be surprised if they come out worthy winners against EC Eternal. As for lower round 1, the pressure is really high. It's, winner takes all right here. So for me, whichever team gets a setback, I think they'll start to put more pressure on their shoulders, and that's when I can see them slipping away.
Yeah, it's true. I could definitely see all those points, especially with Azul. They definitely are a lot of like that gatekeeper team for the championship right now that can lock you out of like a top 4 spot. But whenever they get hot, that's whenever you don't want to face them, because literally like Dr. Aquatic will be on your goal line and KJ will be chasing you around in that horse boost or motor sound that everybody just loves to hear whenever they're playing the game. So yeah, I think I probably have to agree with you. Probably Azul in this one. I'd probably say Rebellion in our series again, but I could see that being a true toss-up. If I had to pick... Oh wait, go ahead. I'm going to let you rebuttal that one.
I think you guys are really good in the extra game modes. I would not dismiss you guys that much. 3s might be a different story. I just think in the extra game modes, you guys might be fine compared to the Rebellion. It's still tough to call. So I'll make you make that first call.
It's always a toss-up there. And then for that lower round 1, if I had to pick a team, I'm sorry, Axe and Rose, I might have to pick Defiance in this one. I feel like I've just seen enough of them to make a prediction where I could just be like, yeah, I think they can pull out the result.
You know what sucks for Defiance too? If they were to go through, they'd have to face one of you or the Rebellion, and that, oh boy, that's a tough matchup to, in the lower bracket.
Oh, the draw. It might just be cursed with the draw at this point. If you won that first round matchup, you were probably in a good spot. Second round matchup, oh, it really depends if you're on loser of 5 right now. You'll probably be sitting pretty no matter what. Can probably make a run back too.
Absolutely. I mean, it's insane to think that one of EC Eternal, Frontera Azul, or Los Verdes can finish in the top 4 potentially. And I think for all of those teams, this is a really good opportunity for them to, try and go as far as possible, because the extra game modes have been, so unpredictable. Like, you don't know which way a team will go. You don't know if they can adjust to it, or you don't know if they get a lucky break and they suddenly get their groove.
Absolutely. You can literally start something for a lower bracket run. Yeah, for these teams, it's quite the setup that we got going over here for the championship. One that we look forward to seeing the next Cup week, which should be, I believe, 3 weeks from now. Does that sound about right?
Yes.
Or are we at every other week?
Next week? No, the week after. 2 weeks from now.
Okay. I couldn't remember if we split too much gap in there or not. But yeah, no. Make sure you stick with us as we go through this bracket, as we follow the championship. I mean, that was just one bracket. We still got a whole other bracket to look at.
Indeed.
That's at least the Premier side.
Now, this is slightly different. Whereas in the Champ Cup, we had a random draw. Here, it was fully seeded. So the matchups, they are more reflective of the league table as of week 4. With that said, we had a couple of massive upsets, Debit, in the lower half of the upper quarterfinal bracket. And we'll get to that in a bit, but let's start from the top. Frontera Chrome, seeing off Sounders RC. Sounders RC did have a good moment in games 4 and 5, if I'm not mistaken. Was it 4 and 5? No, 3 and 5. But at the end of the day, Frontera Chrome, they came out convincing winners. And we could talk about Sounders RC a little bit more, but we gave them the spotlight last week. We'll probably save that for another time, depending on how they do. Cauldron versus Los Cinco Doce. Cauldron, again, looking quite convincing. Los Cinco Doce had a bunch of good moments, but once again, they fell back into their bad habits. And I hate to dive into Los Cinco Doce again, because we did that last week, but they kept missing their chances. And whilst the boost management was much better, they just looked a little sloppier in the final third. Unfortunately for them, And that's why they have to go into the lower bracket to face off against Sounders RC. That is going to be an interesting matchup. I think that's one to look forward to. Now, the lower half of the upper quarterfinals, Debit. Oh my lord. I didn't expect either of those results. You know?
Dude, like, what is happening? Both results. Why? What did we take away from EM and EM Dallas Burn that would have told us, hey, you're going to beat Timbers Army and ECRC in a cup format mode? Yeah, there's extra modes, but still you pull off this result? I guess, not familiar with their game?
Hey, you know what? Maybe the extra game modes got them going, because both sides looked incredible in those extra game modes. We had the Couve come out with an incredible performance as well in EM versus ECRC. He loves to play against ECRC. And in EM Dallasburg, unfortunately, we did not get to see Playboy Farty, aka Pico David. But you know what? At the end of the day, they didn't need him. Anum came out huge. And EM Dallasburg saw off Timbers Army, which, by the way, was rotating their lineup. So they gave everyone a chance to appear, Debit, which I found impressive.
You know what? I respect the move, at least, to rotate the squad. Getting inside info from Caesar right now saying he was playing Fortnite. Well, you know what? That's kickable offense right there. So you may have to reconsider your team whenever it comes to, SGL.
Don't make me drop any more inside info, Pico David. If you're calling that fake news, all I'll say is that's not true. Right? So you had your chance, you didn't appear, fine. But you now get the chance in your matchup against El Matador. I mean, I didn't think we'd have a Dallas Derby in the upper semifinal. But this might be a match to watch for sure, especially with extra game modes getting involved. It's a shame we don't have 1v1s anymore. And I'm saying it's a shame in this case because I think both teams would have brought out Couve and Pico David respectively, and that would have been a fun 1v1 match to watch. Hey, maybe we could do a showcase 1v1 after the cup match, eh? How about it, boys?
I'd do it. I would absolutely love to see that. I'll be there no matter what.
Toad Death comes in and chat says, David was playing Fortnite with me. Is that true, Pico David?
Okay, you can report back. Yes. Oh, okay.
Toad Death with
Toad,
incredible
why didn't you set this dude
multitasking.
up for a kill?
Sorry?
Dude, you should have set him up to die. You need to get him back into SGL. He's got to be playing.
Yeah.
We need to see him on the field.
Anyways, I think we've yapped on a whole lot about, the fun aspect of these two matchups. For me, what's incredible was, despite the mismatch on paper, both teams came up really strong. And, I mean, can they do it again later on? Or do you think both TA and ECRC are going to step it up after this?
You know what? I could see one of them, but not both of them, potentially taking that, it's the cup. We got out this early. That's a long-ass loser's run to try and make, especially if they got to play the loser of Chrome and KC Cauldron. This could be quite the bracket run. One could say the most valiant one, should they want to take it on and take it full steam ahead. But at the same time, I could wonder about that Bermuda Triangle that's forming in league play right now between TA, ECRC, and KC, and be like, if we had to pick a competition where we put way more energy into, maybe we'd take it into the league where you got more chances over the season.
Indeed. Maybe the league might be worth it because you can bounce back. But man, I just saw that lower bracket, Debit. Timbers Army versus ECRC. I know I said both earlier. I said that without realizing they're facing off against each other. They delivered in the cup last season. They delivered in the league this season. They might deliver again in the cup this season. I cannot wait to see that matchup. With that said, afterwards to face off against Cauldron or Chrome, Frontera Chrome, I mean, you know what? If you could get through this lower bracket, if you could get through this absolute gauntlet, you definitely deserve to be the cup champion this season.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. You earn my infinite praise at that point. And so, chat, you've been looking at this bracket for a bit. I want you to just take a mental image of it. Take that little screenshot with your eyes. Maz, if you can go back to the Champ Cup real quick. I want you to tell me what you're noticing.
We have a Cascadia Derby in the lower bracket, early stage. We have an Austin team in the lower bracket, although Los Verdes gets the privilege of going to the lower quarterfinal instead. And am I supposed to see anything else? I guess the top.
I mean,
2 or 3
that's
teams.
part of the pattern and how it worked out. But I'm here to say that no green team won. All of them lost.
Are you kidding me? That I wasn't even paying attention to that. What the hell? You're right.
Flip
Every
back
single
if you
green
got
team
to.
lost. Well, yeah, actually, I was gonna say EC Eternal, but no, they're blue. Never mind. Even though they represent Seattle
They're
Sounders.
technically blue. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, just
Oh my lord.
the other cup bracket.
That's all green.
It's literally all green lower bracket.
Damn, bro.
If you are a green team, it was not your opportunity in week 1 of the cup. I didn't know we had curses on the bracket. That's all I'll say.
Well, this is an SGL first. Let's just put it out there. We don't get to see this all the time, so enjoy this while you can. The non-green teams, because one of you guys will eventually have to go down and deal with that absolute gauntlet in the Premier. And in the Champ, still not any easier. Still not any easier.
Toad, you make me laugh. Green is guaranteed to win next time. That's true. That is very true. We're at that point. There will be at least 2 green team winners. You know what? I'm willing to bet you're right about that too, Nelly. There's a lot of true statements being thrown out there right now. You guys are rocking it right now.
Speaking of rocking it, can we give a shout out to the commentators who've had to deal with all the simulcasting and multicasting that we've had to do in the past week, Debit? We had 2 days with simulcasted matchups, 1 day in which we had 3 SGL matchups. I mean, it's not easy for commentators to deal with all of that, but I give my massive props to both Andrea and Toad Death, because they have had to deal with that last week, and it's not easy.
Oh yeah, I was trying to monitor as I was just looking at my phone, going back and forth between places where I was at, and just looking, going, oh my gosh, this is happening? This this is quite the caster responsibility, especially even just for streaming in general. So, big shout outs to all you guys on production last week. I am sorry that I couldn't be there, but y'all absolutely killed it. So you definitely earn a round of applause for that one. And as mentioned, bonuses are very generous. Well, Merry Christmas. Christmas coming early this year.
It's been snowing heavily, by the way, and it's been super cold here in Toronto. I don't know what you've been dealing with in Pittsburgh and the surrounding areas.
Cold, but not enough snow. I'll say that.
Come on, man. We had to deal with a freaking blizzard in the Canadian Premier League final on Sunday. The Northern Super League, which is a women's soccer league in Canada, had their semi-final involving Toronto postponed on Sunday. So I went out there getting snowed up, and I couldn't watch my team. I had to go yesterday, and it was still snowing yesterday. I mean, come on. Y'all are going to get pelted, right?
That's you. That's the lake effect stuff. That's you guys' stuff. We're below I-80.
Yeah, I guess that's geography for you. Caesar, his message. Is that a double entendre, Debit?
I don't know what to think anymore with this man. He's throwing the language out there. He's throwing the words.
Caesar, can I just say this?
Time.
Yesterday there was a whole lot of snow, if you know what I mean. I mean, a whole lot of snow.
Goodness me, man. Do we have this one? Oh, we do.
And you know what? Speaking of snow, I was surprised to see a good amount of snow day. So props to teams for selecting snow day, because I guess a bunch of people don't like that game mode, but they still selected it. And speaking of game modes people don't like, a lot of rumble too, Debit.
Hang on, I sleep. We were so excited for snow day until you said rumble, and now I'm asleep.
Listen,
I'm here to hate.
Y'all can hate on rumble all you want, but when you watch rumble, it's way better than when you play rumble.
Yeah, I will say that. I'll give you that one. That one I could definitely be like, yep, rumble, if you see it, it's just absolute chaos out there. Playboy Farty, no rumble in my series? I'm disregarding that. We're not there. You gotta say on that. I'm replacing right now with all I gotta say. A lot like Hunger Games. Yeah, for real. Just watching a bunch of boom fists go up against some cars, some boots, just like throw an entire person out of the way. Makes for a lot of chaos in there. Especially seeing back any of the drop shot games, I feel the same way. Alright, we've gotten through this week. Big cup week. Good job, everybody. Couldn't be prouder. Wait, what do we do next? Oh, yeah. Oh my gosh. It's one of my favorite times. You already know I got it ready to go. I'm somewhat organized, and I have power rankings. That's it. We're including the cup here on power rankings, and
we are starting with the championship because you guys deserve the spotlight. Let's go. Oh, I messed up.
Championship does deserve the spotlight.
Indeed.
Oh, you're Ride Dog today?
No. You didn't see that. Hey. You didn't see that.
Hey.
Right. Should we get started?
We shall. You want to start or do you want me to start?
Well, you played, so I have to start, right?
I didn't even play this past week.
Really?
Funny enough. Yeah, because Cup bye week.
Oh. Ooh, chat, who should start? Me or Debit?
Quick answer. First answer only. Better be quick. Well, as it is.
All right, here we go. I have to start from the bottom, and I'm not gonna lie, it is... God, it's tough to pick the team to go to the bottom. Because in all honesty... Oh, man. I hate to do it to y'all.
Say it.
But Los Verdes, you have to be at the bottom. Listen, you guys are getting better and better, and I want to reward you guys, but you've seen the cup results. You've seen the way the other teams perform. I know you guys got a terrible matchup against, the Rebellion. And whilst you guys are getting better and better, compared to your competition, I have no choice but to put you down, Seth. I'm sorry, but you guys are getting there. You guys are getting closer. You will get there. Just keep it up. All right, keep it up. You're very close. Right, now this gets almost impossible for me. I mean, it's a toss-up between the next 4 teams that you see in the league table right here. So you know what? I'm gonna make my job easier. I'm gonna go back up to the top to number 1, and I'm gonna give that to the Rebellion because they played and they looked very convincing. Steel Army, you're number 2. All right, let's make this simple. 3, 4, 5, and 6. I don't know how to do this. I really don't. Okay, I'm not thinking on the spot right here. I just legitimately don't know. You know, if you ask me again, I could switch it up. Sorry, what'd you say, Debit?
You had an idea of like where you wanted to put the teams, and then you went, I can see so many other rankings based on what happened.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man. Okay. Well, I have to make my choices. I have to pick. Oh man. I'm committing. I'll explain later. You just see what you're seeing right here, okay? And I'll explain later. Oh god. I don't like this, but I have to commit to this. Yes, you're like, wait, isn't that the league table outside of the top two? Let me explain. All right. Frontera Azul versus Defiance was probably the closest, most even matchup we have seen this season in SGL, and probably since season 7, when we had 2 Game 7 matchups in the grand final of the playoffs between KC Calder and ECRC. Okay, that was the closest matchup. Both teams deserved to win that matchup, and because of how well they played and how close it was against each other, I had to pick the winner of that matchup to go to third. Defiance, unfortunately, y'all have to go down to fourth, but you're right there. It's like 3A and 3B, you know, pretty much. And the next two, listen, the numbers are misleading. That's basically 4A and 4B for me. I had to go with a winner again. EC Eternal versus Axe and Rose. Axe and Rose, I might have put you guys above Eternal if you guys made that game 7 more competitive and possibly took it to OT and lost because of some specific incident in overtime or some bad luck or whatever. But you guys got roundly beaten in that game 7, so you have to go below EC Eternal. And because of that convincing game 7 between you guys, I have to put you two down below Defiance and Azul, because those two made for an incredible match, incredible back and forth, good amount of high quality Rocket League as well. Sorry guys, this is my rankings. I know I'm gonna get hate no matter what, but there you go.
Chat, hold me back. Boo! Ooh, goodness me! It's just the league table. I thought I was the boring one.
Listen,
Well,
I'm trying to give you guys props, Debit. Don't make me go back on my word. Because yes, the league has been predictable. The cup, exact opposite. Don't make me go back
Yep.
on my word.
Yep. No, you're right about that. But you might actually be breaking. You might actually be breaking out the Stephen P. Smith after this one. Just saying. All right. I gotta go from the top down. Actually, let's do the same approach, because we have the 1, 2, 7. We have that locked up. Everybody wants to know what 3 through 6 are, because I feel like we can easily put 1, 2, 7 in the exact same spots. Rebellion are still there. Steel Army at 2. Los Verdes at 7. I got nothing to say on these teams that I've already said before. Rebellion beats Steel Army. Good as that. Los Verdes still haven't won yet. Nothing else to say. 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go from 3 down. And I don't want you to hear me out. I just want you to listen and observe fact. At number 3, FSD Azul, the thing that I called last week and still remains. They are a solid team that is a force to be reckoned with. At number 4, EC Eternal. Yes, I am throwing them up here. Cup performance boosted them for me. That's showing team chemistry coming out hard for this team. I am impressed with them. At number 5, this is where Emerald City might kill me. Axe and Rose, number 5. ECD, number 6. Anything to be different, bro? Oh my gosh. I wish I could shoot you. Can I say that?
Oh, we're on the edge in terms of Twitch terms of service, but you know what? You're also on the edge of Debit, and you may have crossed that line by now, but I think I have to bring him out. Stephen P. Smith is making his first appearance. How dare you put EC Defiance down to 6? After an incredible matchup against number 3 Azul, make that make sense, please.
Make that make sense? Listen, I've been high on ECD this entire year, and they have not given me the results just to quite pull it out yet. I know we got a lot of time left to go, and they're probably going to move up my power rankings. But it has just not been convincing enough for me on this easy to find side. They told me they were going to get physical more. I haven't been seeing that as much. I've been seeing a double from nose always knows back in last season. This team, like they reverted back to season 9 form, where they were solid to start out, but they need the creativity to come through. And that is just not there yet. I need to see it. That's all I gotta see. Action Rose to go above them. They ain't taking a side against CC Eternal that I've been high on. So yeah, they got a slight boost. It's not an easy thing to call, but ECD has broken my expectations. That's all I'll say.
You know what, Debit? I get where you're coming from. Because I expected more from EC Defiance as well, especially with Bisbo in that lineup, but Bisbo has not been the difference maker. They've looked better without him. And I am kind of disappointed by that right now. Alright? Now, again, I have to preface this like I do almost every time. I'm very blunt when I talk about these teams. Very straight to the point. I don't hold back. So when I say I'm disappointed, I mean it. Alright, with that said, I will give you guys props for making an entertaining matchup against Azul. And I will also say that Bird Nana has been getting better and better. Nose, I know you can get better. I just want you to step up and take over. Parks, I know you're capable of the same. You guys, I feel like you're holding yourselves back a bit. So I can see where Debit's coming from. But to put them below Axe and Rose? Listen, I like the Axe and Rose boys. I mean, Borf stepped up, had a massive cup match. AGD Delight, incredible. Darkshade is getting better and better too, but listen, comparing them to EC Defiance, I don't know, because when they face off against each other in the cup, I think EC Defiance might see them off in 5 or 6 games. That's all I'm saying.
And that's why I prefaced that they're probably gonna move up my power rankings anyway. They're probably gonna make me look stupid in 2 weeks. And for that, do it. It comes from a place of love. Do it for me. Do it to shit on my ranking of you.
Yes, please. Make him eat his words.
Alright. Before the Emerald City Ninjas come to my apartment, let's rank the Premier side. Because I've got some things to say, and I think some people in chat have been waiting a while to hear this one. And since you went first last time, I think it only makes sense that I go first this time.
Go ahead.
So, you know, let's there's a shakeup. I'm taking cup performance big into this week. A little bit, not gonna lie. It shifted around, so be prepared for what you're seeing here. So I'm gonna do this in a crazy order. So put number 1 in. We're gonna start. FSD Chrome. I'm sorry, I still can't take them away from that spot. They're still winning. I know it's the matchups in front of them, but they're still winning. They got this. It's fine. It might change later. In last place, I've saved you guys from hell, Dallas Burn. SRC, you are back into that spot. It is not enough that you gotta play Chrome twice, but also gotta. I've seen you play a lot better against that team, and this last week was just not it. In the number 2 spot, put Casey Cauldron. They are beating the teams in front of them, even though they're on the lower end of that trifecta, that Bermuda Triangle down there. That cup performance was good. That Let's Cinco Doce team, they made them retreat back into their old habits. They got that spot. At number 7, Austin is down. 5-12. You're going down here. I had more hopes for you guys. I thought you were going to take this KC team to potentially 6 or 7. We only got 5 games. That's not enough for me. And now, let's go 3 through 6, just like the champ. So, I know I told you I took the cup performance into perspective here, but I am about to tell you that this is the biggest jump that I think I've ever put in power rankings for a team. So at number 3, ECRC. Tough loss to EM, but not enough for me to push him above. At number 4, it almost hurts me to keep him at this spot too, but it's got to be Timbers Army. They've had just such a strength of schedule thing where they're playing a tough opponents out the get-go. And then in the biggest jump, EM Dallas Burn at 5, EM at 6. I put him in the mud last week, and now all of a sudden the Dallas teams are up.
So,
Just EM, I guess.
So, there was a conversation in SGL discussion about the Timbers Army performance, right? So some of you guys would have followed that. Debit, you were there too. You dropped a hint about that at the start of this podcast episode. And yet you kept them in 4th place.
Mm-hmm.
So what made you
Wait, no, I had them in 2nd last week.
Oh, you dropped them too? Okay, yeah, fair. I was expecting something hotter, but you know what? Fair. Hey, reasonable.
Oh no, I'm back in the reasonable column.
What, you want to see Stephen P. Smith? If you want, I can bring him back up.
If you don't deem it worthy, it's not worthy. I gotta get your reaction out of it.
Fair,
I gotta
fair.
be true and Stephen P. Smith to come out naturally.
There you go. And you know what? Hey, these are some nice power rankings. I respect them. I really do. But if no one else has anything to say about this, I think we can move on to my power rankings. And ooh, this might get a little interesting.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Let's do it.
I am gonna go from top to bottom. Right? Because the higher teams are easiest to place. I'm gonna start with Frontera Chrome because they've been rotating, they've been giving everyone game time, and yet they look solid. My only criticism for them is they're not entertaining and stylish enough. But they don't need to be stylish to win. They're doing their job. They're winning games. That's what matters. So you guys deservedly in number 1. Number 2. When I saw you put Casey Calder in number 2, I'm like, you know what? I like that too, so I'm going to put Cauldron up there as well. They brought back Fatality and Smitty. When those two played together with Serrano, they're unstoppable. And you know what? Let's give Serrano credit as well. He stepped up big time, played a bigger part in his team. They look scary. And I mean scary. So, Calden, y'all deservedly at number 2. At number 3. Here's where things get tasty, chat. Because I am putting El Matador up there. They beat the Cauldron in 5 games, and they got a big jump because of that. And they've carried that on against another difficult opponent in ECRC, and they did so in 6, not even in 7. They could have swept ECRC. They looked really, really good. So I'm putting them up in number 3 for now. Power rankings is all about recency. And right now, El Matador is showing that they're looking strong, despite not looking as strong on paper. So props to Gnostic, Skyline, and Coop for stepping up. Kiwi, we still need to see you. And Luis is Luis. You know, that's all you need to know. At number 4, I'm going to put ECRC because despite losing to EM, you guys still looked pretty decent, but you just had an off week. I rewarded El Matador incredibly, but I'm not going to punish you guys for your off week. You guys are number 4. At number 5, I am going to put Timbers Army. Oh, you thought I was going to see EM Dallas Burn, didn't you? No, Timbers Army, look, you guys struggled, but you guys have gone through a gauntlet and you guys have impressed big time. this might be your off week too. Who knows? EM Dallas Burn, whilst you guys did really well, you have to go to number 6. You guys are like showing it. You have the potential. I want to see you guys unlock that potential. Posey stepped up big, looked incredible. Anom is becoming incredibly consistent, despite being one of the weaker players in the team. And Caesar is being one of the best players in SGL this season. I feel like playing without Luis has unlocked him and gotten him to be at his very best. So you guys have the potential, but for now you're number 6. Show me what you guys can do in the league, and I might personally put you up higher. At number 7 and number 8. That's why I went from top to bottom, because I'm going Sounders RC at 7 and La Cinco Doce at 8. You guys might be surprised by that. Sounders RC, you've yet to win, but your performances are hopeful and encouraging. You've been getting better and better little by little. You might still be making some mistakes, but you're slowly getting up there. Slowly but surely. You've had a tough matchup against Frontera Chrome, but I saw enough to see an improvement in your team as well. La Cinco Doce, you went back to your bad habits. You played the same 3. You guys do not rotate for the most part. You played your top trio against the Cauldron, and you showed the same old bad habits. Come on, guys. Don't do this to us. You guys are better than this. Step it up. And yes, I did put both Austin teams down in the Championship and Premier. But the Premier, it's because you guys, come on, don't slip. Don't let it slip. You guys are getting better, and then you let it slip. Don't do this. Also, I'm switching. Just look at Debit's reaction right here.
He kills me, but he's kind of right. I can see it. La Cinco Doce were the Hopium team this year. We're not getting it.
Come on, guys. You can do better. That's all I'm saying. Well,
you know what? I was shocked at the EM3 placement, but the reasoning is kind of solid for it. And still has chances for fluctuation given Timber's Army have had the toughest strength of schedule so far.
Exactly. Hey, La Cinco Doce, if you guys do as well as EM have done, I'll bring you guys back up. But come on, do not let us down.
Yeah, you can let me down. Alright.
Ponesy.
Used to it.
Okay. Oh, Ponesy. He says, thank you for the upgrades and power rankings. That unlocks my contract bonus. I'll be collecting from Caesar. Hey. Keep that up, Ponesy. We might put you in conversation for... we had one of the awards. Most improved player. Come on. Keep it going. Most improved player time. I know you can do it.
Exactly. Oh my. That was a good session. Glad we had that one. That was a refreshing session.
Indeed.
But we do gotta get to 2 things before we got a series upcoming for you guys. So
oh shoot,
you know,
yeah, we spent so much time
breaking
in
the
power
action.
rankings. That's my bad, my fault.
All right, what should we do first? Should we continue the slides presentation, or should we go straight to the reactioning?
No, we have to do the slides because I think that is pretty much short and sweet, Debit. How about it?
All right, yeah. Let's roll the slides. This is something that I started last week called Debit's Dumbass Slides. And I'm rebranding it to Debit's Dumbass Deck with a slide that's very small that you totally cannot see. And as you can maybe or may not see, depending on how bad or good your eyes are, that says "Do not kill me, DFW," because this entire week is it. This is a formal apology. So if we can go to the first slide, I'd like to formally show. Yep, here we go. EM Dallas Burn. This is for you guys. I had put it in SGL discussion earlier in the week after the whole, I need a 500 plus word apology from Playboy Farty himself. But you know, he didn't play, so he gets 501 words where all of them are sorry except 2 Dallas Burn minus at Playboy406725. So he gets to be in there. Goodness me, you guys are a good team. Can you keep doing that stuff? It's kind of fun watching you guys pull out the wins like this, especially on Timbers Army that were to say they could have been taking you guys lightly, but either way, win's a win. You're going further in the cup, and you get an EM Derby in round 2. Some good stuff. I'm sorry, I was not familiar with your game. You say you're not a good team, I'm gonna tell you to shut up. That's all I gotta say on that one. Just meeting our quota. Yeah, you know what? Fair, but you know you earned this very hard-working slide toward yourselves this week on my slide deck, and there's only one other team I'm putting on here this week because, as you can already guess, this is a Dallas apology. This is part 2. I was not familiar with the game that Coach Skyline could put on with Luis and Indestructible, aka Gnostics. What the heck is this team? I know they were the content team, but you know, Game 7 against ECRC and still winning and looking kind of comfortable, even though they're playing against the Gojo-less ECRC. But I still believe ECRC is a good team without Gojo. Okay, yeah, sure. You know, just go ahead and beat 2 of the title contenders in the cup in round 1. All right, yeah, that I got nothing to say, but I guess sorry. I don't know what happened, but you guys just took over the place.
Well said. And you know what? They are proving us wrong. They had a rough start in the league. They have stepped up. You know what? Props to the Dallas boys for proving us all wrong and for showing us that they indeed can be competitive in SGL in the Premier this season.
By the way, I just want to shout out that this looks like it deserves Comic Sans noted for next time. That is an insane, awesome suggestion, and I will gladly stick to that for next time, based on the stuff that I have been doing with this slide deck. So I appreciate that. And lastly, we do gotta go to clips. Our last op of the day. Maz, are we ready?
We are ready. So, chat, Debit, the clips make their glorious return in the SGL podcast. Here we go.
Let's go.
It would be very Rocket League to see Los Verdes take their first game against Goliath. That's very This Is Rocket League of us. I wouldn't be too surprised if we see
hang on a minute.
some of the weird. I wanted that so bad.
All right, Los Verdes need to do that more.
Off such a nice shot.
See, this is why I felt bad about putting Los Verdes at the bottom, because they've been stepping it up. You do that against the Rebellion? Like, come on, man. This Rebellion team does not take it easy.
Or something like that. That's what that felt like.
Wait, who?
They freeze the ball. Nobody knows what to do with it on Rebellion, and I mean, Shorts is just befuddled. And we see the
boom arm into the magnet.
I have no idea what I'm commentating.
You know what's crazy? The game was confused. It was
I'd
like,
like
oh,
to
Polar
add
has
that
control of the
Nadia,
magnet. Nope,
right
Blue Sky
there,
comes in and
she had the
changes
magnet
that
on,
up.
and she didn't get an assist for it. And I think that's BS. I think Nadia should have an assist. I think she should have an assist.
Who froze the ball? Do we know who froze the ball?
Oh,
the plunger.
Oh my.
Beautiful
Oh
ball.
no.
From Trick.
Stop.
And Shorts is able to just. I think punch the ball in.
I just witnessed.
Was that so? It was a punch into a plunger into Nadia
Dude,
having
what
the
the-
hook,
The best
but
thing
the
I've
ball
seen
was
in
going
Rumble.
away from her, so she
Props
couldn't
to Rocket
really
League
for
go
making
to
that
hit
possible.
into it to
Yeah.
find their pace. But then once they find it, they're
Oh, God bless.
pretty
We're
much-
back to
I
snow
really
day.
feel like it is a bit the game mode of just like you're just not used
Oh,
to
pitch!
what it
That's
says.
nasty.
Oh,
that's so nasty.
I love to see
Is
that,
that a
even if
team
it's Boston
pinch?
Bruins
It
fans.
is.
On snow day, we got a
Look
beautiful
at that. Oh,
team
the ground
pinch.
pitch with the pitch
That's
off
Yes.
of
Styling on
Gogan.
them.
Incredible.
That's exactly the strat.
And
time
I'm
in
saying,
Rocket League,
man
and we
got
have
drug into the goal.
pretty
That's a
even
woman,
game
bro.
here.
I'm sorry.
I would give the
Nadia
edge
is a
to
woman.
ECD just because the game is slowing down a little bit, and
Ruh-roh.
we have an ECD.
Wait, shot. Oh, what a save.
That was nearly something. We have an ECD lead, but like I said, 1 minute Rocket League.
Hey,
long
look at how
time.
good these
Oh,
teams
never
are playing.
Indeed
Backward
it is.
defense.
Easy to
Hello?
almost getting the lead, and now they're keeping up
Close
the
control.
pressure.
Dunk. 50.
Nose.
No.
Over one. He has a tap.
No.
Double tap. And he
How do you put the seam
Where
number
was
6?
this?
by 2 with an incredible solo effort. We saw
How do you
this
put the
from
seam number
Nose
6,
last
Debit?
season, and he's bringing out
You
his
know why? Because they
individual
remind
skill
me of
on
the
display
Pittsburgh
this
Steelers.
season as well.
Playing to their
2-2.
competition.
Easy Defiance. They out of time. Perfect chance though for the waffle. Tries to go for a near
hell
post shot
no.
off target. No follow up there either. Easy Defiance do just enough to get the ball out, but now they need to deal with another.
Listen, this may not be
spell
the
of
premier,
pressure.
but they
Ball
played
being centered.
incredible
Not
Rocket
strong
League,
enough.
guys.
Big
Nice
bump
bump.
and somehow KJ gets it in.
Why Champ
Courtesy
Cup is
of
just-
Dr.
you have to be
Aquatics
there.
Presence.
Look
That's
at
a
this.
beautiful bump, and
How do you
he
get
almost
that?
accidentally saves it from his
That's the
teammate,
connection
but
they
he's
had
able to just get
with
a second
locals
touch and
right
slot
before
in.
before forming
Without
up this
that bump,
team.
though, that
Right.
play is nothing.
Indeed. And with time running out, now it's the time for Frontera Azul to get the equalizer.
Keep it on the wall.
And they got close.
It's in the air. It's still in the air.
Who's gonna take the final key touch? No one's trying to bring it down. It's still up, but no one is able to
Oh.
follow it up. Easy to
I was about to pull out the
barely
Raisin
get the
Boy right
game
there.
one win.
They
In
just had
this
to triple
pass
commit, though.
To KJ, who squeezes it past the post and into the back
Okay.
of the net. Now Green Mario's turn to
Green
respond.
Mario?
Goes for the
Oh!
double to no avail. And it won't be
Beautiful
long
demo.
before we start
Almost a
seeing the
double
power
for the vet himself.
Yeah, beautiful
That's
demo.
to
I
Bird.
love when someone is just like,
The spikes.
hey, this is too
Oh my
dangerous,
gosh,
I'm
with the
gonna get this
100?
shit the fuck
Oh, with the
outta here.
boot!
That's how you
Oh.
should be as a defender. Just,
How can
just
you not
kill
love
them,
Rumble
because
Chat?
they're
Come
gonna
on.
get a good shot off on you.
How can you
Oh,
not
it's
love
such a good
Rumble?
spectator
Getting the ball out of
sport.
here. That's
Yeah.
what Azul was
I'd be
barely
pissed
able to
off.
do.
I'd be so
Nose
mad
using
if
the
I was
spikes to hold
Bird.
on to the use of power-ups right there. I thought Azul were gonna get the
Not
goal,
over yet.
but
We're
the
still in
punch
Rumble.
came to perfect use. Nice freeze there to center the ball in the midfield. And this
Oh
ball's going
no,
into
he's
the
getting a beautiful.
Oh, uh-huh.
It's gonna go in, Andrea.
What?
The ball barely stays
Yeah,
out.
I did
And
too.
now the plunger.
Oh wait,
What a save by KJ
Uh.
at the right place at the right time.
The game didn't
Let's
give him the
go
save,
and
but
he
find
saved it.
Waffle. And Frontera are holding on for their dear lives.
no limbs
K
counting
Double
for
sets
saves.
up Easy to
I
find,
think because
like
the
he did in
plunger
game
dragged the
one
ball and no one
for
touched
their
it. That's probably why.
equalizer at one apiece.
That's gotta be a
And
limb.
now we'll see
Has to
Count
be
that
game.
as a save.
Frontera Azul can respond. KJ bringing it up. Trying to go for a solo play right here. Nice double. Shot
Oh.
into the
Nice.
net from Aquatic.
See?
Great
That's the
team play
FSD
right there.
Azul you
KJ
gotta
did
be
the heavy
afraid
lifting,
of.
but it was not gonna
The
be
one that
easy
just
for
sets up this
Aquatic either.
opportunity, and
He
Aquatic's
takes
like, all right,
advantage
let me
of that
bash
great
my
pass,
face into the
gets
ball.
the equalizer. 1-1,
And
we've only
Aquatic
played
is a
20
sharpshooter, so when he
See if
gets
they can
going, he's
sort
like
that
really
out,
difficult to
'cause
stop.
double
So
commits can be very
for
dangerous in this game
everyone in
mode.
the championship, watch out.
Yeah, double
Because
commit
this Frontera
is
Azul
a
team's
full
starting to
commit.
get
That's a triple
going.
commit in threes, basically. So yeah.
Look, okay,
Oh.
look at this.
As Bispo
Look at this.
able to just
How
take
do you put
care
this
of
at
it,
number
they
6,
leave it
Devin?
open. There's some sloppiness.
Look
in
at
the
that from
back.
Zos. That's not easy.
Beautiful little, just
Nope.
hit off of the.
Fucked himself off the
My
post.
brain's broken right now.
Yeah, don't worry. I can help you out right here. Great pass by
Come
Knowles,
on,
by the
man.
way. Having enough boost to pinch it off of the wall.
It's really unfortunate for
Taking the
Aquatic because
twos.
he did everything right. He just whiffs at the
Okay.
end.
Oh no, what?
Oh, nearly!
Surely.
As
Oh no.
sort of a self-save there.
So I think that shot was
Oh,
off target
double.
anyways.
I'm not sure if that shot was on target. I think that's what KJ was
Oh,
trying to do.
you-
He's
you're
trying
even
to set
questioning
up
it yourself
Aquatic, but put
in
too
both
much power in
instances.
there. But now he's going to try and redeem himself. Good pass to Aquatic. Aquatic
Oh,
off the backboard.
come on.
KJ. He had boost too,
No.
and he still couldn't get there.
Unlucky, Andre. He just couldn't
Yeah, I
And then
rushed it a little
this.
bit. Oh. He did know.
Again. They get the 2-goal lead. Knows this time gets the goal. And Easy Defiance
broke
are up
his ankles.
4-2.
Nose breaks Aquatic's ankles right there. Just completely series.
Still sticking with Defiance versus Azul. Yeah, y'all produce a lot of freaking awesome moments, by the way.
Or a defensive error.
Yeah, how many clips do we have this week?
Nice burn, Nana.
Not as
That-
much.
That
Oh,
was
KJ
defensive
barely
error that
getting
you
it
were
out,
talking
too.
about, and they get away
I
with
thought
it
that was
there.
going
Look at
in. I
this
didn't think he was going to
focus.
make
With a
it.
massive intervention, getting back right on time. Barely getting the ball out. Easy Defiance thought they
Slow
got
play
the
by Parks, like,
lead
come
right
on.
there.
You don't see
We're
that in the
now
champ
entering the
typically.
final 90 seconds. Frontera Azul on the back foot.
Like, these guys are trying to control and dribble the ball out,
He
Devin.
does. Nice center right there.
That's not a team in
Boom,
sixth
by the
place.
waffle. Open net.
They're not sixth place in the table, but they're sixth place on my power ranking.
Courtesy of Birdana.
Perfect timing, eh? Because, yeah, Bird Nana rushed
That's
in,
a
panicked,
beautiful
and,
save, and Birdana,
yeah.
he's trying to do
let's set the better.
right thing and
Sorry,
clear it
chat.
out, but he's just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
With you on that. Those kind of goals can be satisfying.
But
as
look
well
at
as
how
the
close this has
backflip
been.
goals
2-2,
or the side
last
flips
minute
with
of the game.
power, using the momentum of
It
the
was
car that's
tense. This
rolling.
game 5 was
And
insane.
right now, the momentum might be shifting towards Azul. But what a
Oh my
save!
gosh, what a save. Oh my
Another
gosh.
insane save! Defiance holds on, but the ball's back into the middle. Birdana clears it out. KJ gets demoed after taking control. And EC Defiance, hold on.
All without
with
Bispo,
30
by the way.
seconds remaining.
Talk about it.
It did just look that much better.
Shit, try it.
Now Bisbo. Oh, wait,
Oh my
I've seen this
God.
before.
There's
I'm
no
hoping
way.
so
Oh my god.
Holy shit, bro.
Wow.
So-
What a setup.
This was in a picture-in-picture, so we couldn't get it off of the stream.
that.
That's why we had to
That is
get
a
this, because
clip.
thanks to Luis,
Stream?
we were able to show you this in full.
They do.
Insane
As
freaking goal.
Beautiful little tap.
Well worth putting into our
Oh.
clip comps.
Trophy unable to finish it though.
Oh, what a
Let's
save.
show
What a
red
start
zone.
by Sounders RC in their game 3, but what an incredible save by Chelsea, man. As we see
The
the
stuff
PO
I
come
witnessed
out
while
for
being in a bar where Tifo was.
Yeah, no
Oh, yeah,
man's
you were
land, making it
Tifo painting,
awkward
weren't
for
you?
them.
Yeah.
Perfect
Mhm.
little hit over to a beautiful part of the net.
Knocked,
and
wall dashing,
We're on to 1-2.
and
Alright.
then
Oh,
Yeah.
And I would.
Oh.
Oh, that is unfortunate. You hate to see that, Andrea.
What?
Ducky getting the touch
Yeah.
into the other end. And, yeah, Christmas took care of the rest, whether he intended to
he
or
just
not.
magnetized himself
And
to
I
the
think we'd all
ball.
love to
Didn't
see more
realize
games
how
here,
he's gonna hit
so,
it. Hit into
you
the
know.
net. Less said, the better.
Oh,
Shot.
yeah.
We've
I-
got action on both.
oh, wait. Oh my gosh. That was almost an insane angle.
I'm just gonna strain my neck.
So shout
jerking
out
back
old
and forth.
NRG decal.
Ball in the blue half over, and it's
Oh,
off the
oh.
bar. Annam collects
Hey, there he
his
is.
own shot, and just
This is,
Far
um,
down.
Right in. Look at this. He could have scored.
This is
and
a
was like, no,
diamond,
let's
by the
make it
way.
Way more interesting. Way more interesting. I love it for the content.
He is the
Timbers
Bear
Army
Blitz of
might
SGL
take
Premier.
this one.
Adam.
Confidently.
I think he
more
actually might
damage
be.
coming out from them.
That kind of rating is good.
Oh no way!
Wait,
Oh
oh.
my gosh! Saying it so.
The
Melon
Timbers
Passing
Army
plays
special.
Boy
in
are
drop shot.
combining
Yeah.
beautifully.
Look at that.
While
Look
the
at that. Loy Boy puts it back. Nelly knows.
while
he
the
has
other
to
game is in
touch
drop
these
shot
out. Don't
too.
Right?
one
Double
of
drop
those
shots.
Tiles and bounce up.
Love
so
to see it.
good on.
And that was an
Nelly. It's
insane
not
drop
a
shot game
steal.
too, by the way,
That was
between
not a
Eternal
steal.
and
That
Axe and
was
Rose.
Absolutely. I see him. He's got like 10 or less. These are a good challenge from him. Nelly just goes backboard. That's a smart play.
What?
And he's gonna collect it himself. None of his teammates wanted to challenge.
Barely holding on.
Dry Dog buzzes the tower. Nothing coming. We've got a counterattack
Never
from
mind.
Caesar.
My turn on the ball.
As a
Oh wait, hang
goal
on.
is gonna equalize in the
Oh,
championship. Oops, I missed the whole thing.
I'm sorry. You gotta
Well,
let that in.
we're tied at 1.
And then
Wait.
Gonna go the other
Oh,
way. The
oh.
dark shade flicks. Huskies, good save out of him. Remember,
You
we
said
are
you gotta
tied
let that
at
in?
2
You think
of
Rydog's
those
ever gonna
graphic
do that?
numbers.
Come
Okay,
on,
you don't have to
man.
remember. But we are
Nah,
tied at
I
2.
wouldn't either.
As
It's
Huskies
tough.
get to dunk on
Speaking of tough,
somebody. Who was that?
Huskies was big right there.
Borf.
Look at this dunk, by the way. Borf had no
Oh
chance.
my
Gosh,
gosh. I think the
darn.
car shape was a
Bro
little
got
bit
destroyed.
rough for Borf. Maybe angling better, and Huskies wouldn't have had a chance. But Huskies is gonna capitalize.
To get on the
Borf
blue
might
side
have
of
had
the field.
nightmares after that, and Adam in chat said he had nightmares about that drop shot game for a few days. Yeah, I can see why, because TA destroyed y'all.
Magic with the air dribble in. And here comes Toronto with a shot. Good save by Palace. Again, Palace just doing everything he can to keep it from going in his net.
Oh no.
And a shot by
Please.
Dev.
Oh,
What a save by
You want to know why I put him in
Good
number 8?
save.
With the
Before that,
flip
it's
in front
same,
of the goal.
2 misses.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
that's,
Now they've got momentum.
that's different from every other game we've seen tonight from
Off.
them. So.
Boom. Okay. They're kind of working together right now.
Also
Palace.
get a nice clear. It might have caught
And-
fatality off guard.
Oh,
Palace
a follow-up
hits
shot.
And
And fatality. Gets
How do you
the
not score that?
never
save.
mind. I get it all the
man.
time now.
Great recovery off of.
They
the
won this
initial-
2v2, by the way, but still, come on.
Oh yeah.
At this point, Lasigo Dose just needs to hang on to this lead. Pushing it to mid a little.
Look at
flick
this.
to mid and
Oh
look
my
at this.
Oh.
My run saw. Where has this been?
I cannot believe this.
Same skyline.
This double tap
Yep.
off the wall here
Oh.
almost looks
Off
like a
the tire?
wizard flick. I don't know how intentional it was, but it paid off anyway.
Gosh darn. What a week it's been. Good cup week, everybody. I am sorry for the brief cutoff here, but we gotta get going to a new match because it is game time. I'm gonna cut this podcast early than we normally would. We usually would have an extended one, but we got to keep the schedule over here. Good podcast, good stuff, Maz. We're gonna get you set up for EC Eternal versus the Rebellion coming at you real soon. Basically, just stay here. We'll be
Yes.
setting that up.
Should we take a break or should we jump right in?
I think let's jump right in. Like, if you want to cut this off for a YouTube broadcast, cut it right here. It's done.
Yep, so if you're watching on YouTube, thanks for watching. Be sure to be on the lookout for the clip compilation that will come out later. But for now, we will be jumping right into EC Eternal versus the Rebellion on stream. Debit, thank you for hanging out with us. We look forward to seeing you in the chat. And I think it's time for us to jump right in to the upcoming matchup between
Of course.
EC Eternal versus the Rebellion. So chat, podcast over. Peace.
Peace.